Welcome to an essay question on the business roles, and that is socio-economic issues and social responsibility. So you're given information that we have before you're given the requirements of the question. So on the requirements of our essay, it reads a written essay on socio-economic issues and social responsibility, in which we include the following aspects. So on the first part, you have to outline the difference between social responsibility and corporate social responsibility. The second part, you have to explain the purpose of inclusivity in the workplace. Third part, we discuss the negative impact of the following socio-economic issues on businesses. We have got strikes, we have got political disturbance. So on the uh, next part, whereby it's going to be the additional part. So this is the additional part, whereby it reads suggests initiatives businesses can take to address the following socio-economic issues. We've got crime, we've got poverty. So remember, this is an essay question. We are supposed to start with the introduction. So in terms of introduction, this is a typical introduction that you can come up with, in particular according to this video. In terms of this question, whereby we've got the first point, which reads businesses can grow and develop into successful enterprises if they take socio-economic issues in consideration. And then businesses who ignore socio-economic issues do not contribute towards a safe environment. So basically, the introduction that we have for this is a question, is an appreciation of the importance of looking at socio-economic issues within the operations of businesses. So basically, that's what we have. Then I will move on to the second part of our question, whereby you have to now go to the main part, whereby you outline the difference between social responsibility and corporate social responsibility. So, in terms of social responsibility, it is the idea that individuals and organizations have an ethical obligation to act in ways that benefit society and the environment. So, it also involves being accountable for the impact of one's actions and decisions on the community and the world around us. So, when you are being accountable for whatever actions you are doing on the community or the environment that you are operating in, and that's part of social responsibility. Then, if you look at now corporate social responsibility, it now refers to a business approach. So, when it's now corporate social responsibility, it's now a business approach where businesses integrate social and environmental concerns into their operations and interactions with their stakeholders. So basically, we are saying that it involves a business a commitment to operating in an ethical and sustainable manner, contributing positively to society and the environment. So we are saying it involves not only being concerned about profit maximization, but it goes on and make an extension in terms of a consideration of the social and environmental issues. So basically, that's what we have in terms of corporate social responsibility. Then, in terms of the differences that exist between the two, we have them also articulated in our answer section, whereby we are saying we've got a column for social responsibility in a table form, and then a column for corporate social responsibility. So the first difference is that under social responsibility, each person is responsible for the effects their behavior and lifestyle has on the environment and others. Whereby under corporate social responsibility, a business takes responsibility for its impact on society and the environment. So we also have a second difference that we have between the two, whereby we're saying under social responsibility, a person or a group or organization has a responsibility to act in a way that benefits society as a whole, whereby under corporate social responsibility, it is an ethical way of doing business in the interest of both the business and the wider community. And we have also another difference that exists between the two. So this is the part that we have. We've got a maximum of four. We go to the next part, whereby it reads explain the purpose of inclusivity in the workplace. So looking at inclusivity as a term, you would see that we can define inclusivity as the practice of providing equal access, or we can say equal opportunities and resources for people who might be otherwise be excluded or marginalized. So, whatever people that we think that are disadvantaged at any place, taking them into consideration and giving them equal access and equal opportunity is part of inclusivity. So, in that case, our question is explain the purpose of inclusivity. So, obviously, the purpose of inclusivity is to bring fairness at workplaces. So, we try to see according to the explanation that we have according to answer second, where we're saying the purpose of inclusivity. We have got many points that we have, but the first point is businesses are able to use a variety of talents and skills, and also inclusivity enables businesses to make the best use of all human resources, promotes equal opportunity for every employee to obtain skills that will lead to promotion and career path. So further points we also have that are part of purposes of inclusivity in the workplace. Then we move on to the next part of our question, whereby it reads, discuss the impact of the following socio-economic issues on businesses. Strikes, obviously, strikes negatively affect the operations of the businesses. As the workers engage in strikes is going to affect production, whereby output being produced is going to be reduced. So those are some of the issues, and workers are going to be demotivated if they engage in strikes. So we've got also political disturbances, and then we look again at negative impacts that we're going to see that political disturbances cause on the operations of businesses. So we have them also articulated, other section whereby we are saying, in terms of uh, sex, these are negative impact of sex on businesses, whereby we're saying they could make the business to be unable to meet its contractual obligation, and the business losing a contract. So those are some of the negatives that you can deduce from strikes. And then the cost of making up all the working hours is too high, and strikes can be violent because strikers intimidate those employees who do not want to go on strike. So those are some of the points that we can include in terms of the negatives that we can deduce from strike. Then beneath that, we also have negatives from political disturbances, whereby people in township or informal settlement areas may block roads, preventing employed people from going to work due to service and delivery protests. So those are some of the points, and also scares of potential investors. And also we have further points that we can also include that are also correct. So from that, we move on to the next part, whereby it reads, suggest initiatives, not the additional part, suggest initiatives business can take to address the following socio-economic issues. So basically, what are economic issues? Socio-economic issues basically it encompasses a range of interconnected challenges related to poverty. So poverty is part of a socio-economic issue. We talk about inequality as a socio-economic issue. Also, unemployment and access to basic services can also be a socio-economic issue. So it revolves. So we are saying all these socio-economic issues revolves around lack of basic necessities. We're talking about basic necessities like food, shelter, and healthcare. So in this case, we are given socio-economic issues of crime and poverty. So what are the initiatives business can take to address these socio-economic issues of crime and poverty? So these are the parts that we want to look at. So initiatives a business can take to address crime is to offer employment, get involved in the local community on sustainable projects with community, sponsor special sports programs by providing finance, and that is for prize money for special community events, adopt a school by providing most of its needs. So these are some of the points that we include on that part. Then on the next part, initiatives business can take to address poverty. So these are the ones that can be used to address poverty, whereby we're saying provide bursaries for employees, children, offer leaderships for employees, develop employee skills, invest in young starting SME that can be a business competitor, buyer, or supplier. So further points we also have that are also correct. Then in terms of a conclusion, so this is a typical conclusion that we can come up with according to this essay. So thank you for listening, and hopefully the video was helpful. And please let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel.